Hello. So hopefully it's now working. So I'm a bit late to the live tonight. Obviously it's not my normal time. I'm normally starting at 8. Um, I've left the live stream screen quite a long time there, which is unlikely. But I just wanted to prep ready for today's live streams. It is going to be a bit of a long live stream. Where we are going to be continuing that tower all the way up to build height. So that is going to be interesting. Also, had to reload my skin in again. For some reason, it disappeared. Hopefully, that should all now be fixed. And I'm hoping it's still going to be there for Tuesday when the update comes around. We all know what Bedrock's like with updates. Alright, so I was over here trying to sort out stuff for the streams. No, these are all empty. Let's get another. Yeah, let's get another sugar box full and then leave it at that. Or actually, just grab what I've got in this lot down here, to be honest, and then leave it at that and go over to the industrial district and carry on. I've got quite a lot of stone over there already. I want to make sure I don't make too many more of these trips. Nothing more than going backwards and forwards. Nothing more annoying than going backwards and forwards. Except for forgetting your words. The brain to mouth function not really working that well. I've got a mug of tea to try and help through that. Classic British streamer there. So next week's live streams, I'm going to be doing Tuesday and go away. They're going to be Tuesday and Wednesday for Minecraft. They will be on Twitch. Now, depending on how things go, I might do a dual stream to Twitch and YouTube. But that is unlikely. And then the week after, they will return as usual back over on. We'll return to usual back over on YouTube. It's just that I am going to be using the Twitch video on demand so I can download it and use stream highlights for the Let's Play episode, for the Deep Dark episode. As I had an episode out yesterday which was Sea Pickle Farm, which I completely forgot that I'd actually done the video for. And then the one after it is going to be the Deep Dark, and then the Zombie Purification, and then this one we're doing now. So the video for what we're doing now is not going to be out for another 7 weeks, I think. 5 or 7 weeks more. I mean, so we got Deep Dark in 2 weeks' time. Zombie Purification in 4 weeks. No, 6 weeks, yeah. So what we're doing now is video in 6 weeks' time. That's how far in advance I've actually got the videos going without even thinking about it. And then the Iron Farm will be 8 weeks. And I kind of, put the boat back in the chest because I started digging up there trying to get more netherrack. Because it's all going to be all dug out anyway, so it's easier to fly through. That's going to be a long way down the line for doing that. Yeah, I was looking at bonus live streams this week, maybe. There's always a chance of a bonus live stream at some point. My bonus ones will generally be over on Twitch. Did I even put in the description of this live stream where the my bonus live streams are? I cannot remember. If not, I'd do it for the on-demand one, because I need to go through my videos at some point and start making sure all that sort of thing is actually added. So this is going all the way to build height. As you can see, on the live stream on, what day was it? Monday. We've done up to here and then done just that bit there. I've gone ahead and just continued going up think we're up to Y128 now. So we're quite a way up there. It's that. You can go there. And then 6-4 stone brick. In there. But yeah, we've gone quite high up there now. And I just want to make sure I get it all done today. My concern is this. So I need 12 stacks to get up to the top, I believe. So all that to top, and then around the edge on the top. So I should have just enough now. That's handy to know. So I'm gonna have to go a bit and digging in nether because I've actually run out of netherrack and nether brick now. So there's gonna be a digging live stream at some point. A digging mining live stream in the nether. So we'll get to that at some point. So here goes nothing. So first off, grab a couple of stacks of nether brick as usual, and then fill up the rest on the stone brick. I've got the controller plugged in again, so when we get up there we can use the controller. Where did I put the controller? It's plugged in. There's your friend of it, all the way over there, next to the streaming computer. Just to confuse me on which computer it's on. So yeah, see, I've got the controller plugged in as well. Just to make this sort of job much easier. So, was it 120 I'm up to now? 128? Can't remember. Much further. How far did I go when I done it yesterday? So I'm up to about 150-ish. So I was up to 154. So there's another 170 blocks to go. So it's 210 blocks down. Or 220 blocks down. And 150 to go. So just over halfway now. Oh well. So click. So if we just have halfway, I'm cutting C down to the bottom. That's going to be great. Because I know full well you won't be able to see the ground when we get up to the top. This will also show how pathetic the render distance is on realms. Something I hope they are going to fix fairly soon. I get like simulation distance being low because it is servers after all, but render distance not so much. Because render distance should be locally controlled rather than server controlled. If you're confused between like realms and servers, they are exactly the same. A realm is a server. It's just a server that's hosted by Microsoft themselves, which is why there is limitations on certain bits, whereas a full-on Bedrock server, someone that's not hosted by Microsoft, may have less restrictions on it. It might have more restrictions as well. But you generally find servers that aren't hosted by Microsoft, you can't connect. Sorry, I'm just going to turn my phone off vibrate so there's not a really huge distraction in stream. So you generally find that servers that are not hosted by Microsoft, so non-realms, you cannot connect a PlayStation, Switch, or Xbox to the realm, to this server, unless it is on the same network. So if it's a LAN, so it ends up being a LAN server towards the console. I say you cannot do it, but there is ways you can do it, but you need to have a bit of technical know-how. To the average user, or to majority users, it's very hard to figure out how to do, and it requires going in and changing some advanced settings in the console itself. How much is it? 9 is that just me? Yep, just me again. I will probably end up switching this over to server from a realm in the long run, but I'm not entirely sure if I will or not. It might just be that Season 2 becomes a server based and just keep the realm going to revisit here and there, see what other people are doing on there. From here, those other farms I've done just look so tiny. Oh, the grand scale of some of the farms in the city is like small farm, small farm, small farm. They got storage underneath. They do not. They've just got a little bit of storage here and there. Yeah, if I'm doing a server, if I end up doing a server, obviously I'm going to get the simulation distance up to 10. I feel I might even get it above 10. If that is possible, I don't know. But then with a server, I'll probably end up having to do an SSD. So SSD, but back up to HDD. So in other words, you use solid state drives because they read and write faster. With the sort of like daily backup to a hard disk drive. The reason I say that is then you've got your solid state drives still do the backups as well, but it means that you've still got a place of reference, just in case solid state drive fails. You're then not losing the whole world, you're just losing maybe a few hours or even at the most a day's worth of progress. And difference being that, so solid state drives are read and write quicker, but the lifespan of a solid state drive is a lot shorter than a hard disk drive. I know they've made a lot of improvements over the years. I'm still a little bit skeptical of it. Although saying that, hard disk drives tend to fail as well these days, but it's one of them things. So that band is not just starting to come out of render distance. Obviously you've got a few blocks below render distance, but that band there is Y66. It's about 100 blocks. I don't know what my render distance is on. But yeah, I will probably get this up to a server for Season 2. Then who knows what I'm going to be doing for Season 2. Java or Bedrock is the question. Part of me is thinking I might give Java a go again. And part of me is thinking, no, keep to Bedrock. The future of Minecraft is on Bedrock. Regardless of what Java players say. Because Bedrock gives the funding, it will eventually, they will phase out Java eventually. Hence why they're working on a lot of parity features right now. It's to try and encourage Java players over time to swap to Bedrock. Obviously some things in terms of parity just are not possible because of the coding, and Java. There's a Java community there that will use any excuse they can not to play Bedrock. One of the biggest pet peeves I have in terms of argument cases is the marketplace. That is one of the biggest negatives I hear from the Java community. So you have Java players that will play Bedrock. They're fine with it. The technical side is sometimes what they will be. They'll be a bit negative about. That's understandable because it does feel different when you've been playing the game for years, and when you're into the technical side of things, it is different. And that's one of the things that the developers are trying to iron out. So when you see a YouTube video, you can build it on either. You can build what you need to on either, or learn from the video to be able to, so you can build what you need to build. That I understand, but when they become negative towards the marketplace, to me, they see the marketplace as, yes, it is Microsoft making money. Oh well. But the creators make money off of it as well. Now, to me, that's like, oh, I don't want to support the creator, or I don't want to support the makers of Minecraft, or the creators of Minecraft. I don't want to support future free updates. And to me, that's just a negative way of looking at things. It's kind of, to me, it's a view of, well, you've not actually looked into the whole thing of why you're so negative towards it. If you did, then you'd soon realise that you're playing on a platform known as PC, which will still have certain things for free anyway. There's ways of getting stuff for free on the PC, and it allows you to import into Bedrock. Now, if you use that argument against them, they'll find something else to complain about. They're like, well, no, Microsoft are just trying to do microtransactions. They're not forcing you to do the microtransactions. What they offer in the marketplace doesn't prevent you from progressing in Minecraft. Microtransactions, when you really look into it, are the pay to win games, and that's what has become negative in the gaming community overall. And that's not what Microsoft or the marketplace is about. A lot of the stuff on the marketplace is, you've got your texture packs, which they're not normally that expensive in terms of coins. Yes, you can get texture packs for free on Java, and you can on Bedrock, on Windows 10 and Android. Perfectly possible to get the free texture packs. Obviously on the Xbox and PlayStation, they have to consider texture packs being compatible and readable via the consoles, which is the whole reason the marketplace is there for them. However, if you purchase things and you're signed into the same Microsoft account across all your devices, you only have to purchase it once, and that that texture pack then becomes available on all your devices under that account. So when you sign in, you say save to Microsoft account. So there's a lot of negativity for no apparent reason to me. Like I said, I can understand those who are technically minded and using the technical aspect of Minecraft when, say, like mob rules are different, redstone behaves differently, and even like crops and whatnot behave differently as well. So I kind of get that aspect when that is all different and you're looking at that in a negative way. That I completely understand. Also, the modding community. You'll generally find that people who take part in the modding community also play standard vanilla Minecraft as well. The standard vanilla aspect to them isn't an awful lot different unless they take part in the technical side of the vanilla aspect. Other than that, they're in the same boat. And modding to me still isn't right on Bedrock. I've played modded, and it's currently the only thing I actually use Java for is playing modded. I don't use the normal vanilla gameplay on Java anymore because it's nowhere near as smooth as Bedrock. Nowhere near as smooth, despite the fact Bedrock has a lot of bugs. Just the general gameplay on Bedrock's so much smoother. So, need a bit of a see there. But yeah, it's just one of them things. And why wouldn't you support a creator? Yes, I know some people they don't have the money to be doing that. However, if you are on an Android device and you do become worried, and you think, oh, I can't support this creator or can't get this pack yet because I haven't got any money to, I will say download Google Rewards. Link it to your, obviously it's then linked to your Google account. When you make a purchase in Minecraft with an Android device, it will give you the option before you make the purchase of how you want to purchase certain things. It does it with every game. And if you fill in the surveys that Google send out, it will give you a balance. Now it is a matter of about, in English money, it's in Great British pounds, it ends up being pence. It ranges from 6p up to, I think the highest I've got is 37p each time. Yeah, like about 2 a week. Yes, it takes a long time. But it could mean the difference between you having a texture pack that you've always wanted and not having it, and then you've got it across all your devices without having to actually shell out any money on it either. So there are ways of even for like consoles, because if that same Microsoft account is linked to your console account, you've then got it on your console as well and you've not paid out any money. And that is how I ended up getting so when I first noticed it, I was like, hang on a minute, I can start saving up here and there, just get in a reward, don't spend it, and then suddenly I purchased Minecraft with it. I actually saved up enough from the surveys to purchase Minecraft. Then I signed in and started using my Microsoft account, and then the next lot of money I got from the surveys, I started using. I think I've got a couple of texture packs, if I remember. Something like, or was it skin packs? I can't actually remember from it. I know I purchased mine because you purchase the mine coins and then use the mine coins on what you need to or what you want. But yeah, there's ways of getting it for free without really. Can we see the top of that yet? Nope. Yeah, there's ways of getting it for free without actually worrying too much. It also kind of, it's one of them also doing that way is also a legit way of doing it. I hear people saying using hacked versions and whatnot. I do not agree with that. Using the hacked versions to basically play Minecraft for free without supporting the developers or content creators. If you're going to do it properly and download that Google Rewards to your phone. I'm pretty sure it's available in most countries. I'm not going to say it's available in all, because it might not be available in all. But if you've got it, then do it. Obviously, I'm not too sure if there's an Android, an Apple equivalent or not. If there is, then get the Apple equivalent. Yeah, as you can see, we're quite well off the ground, and things are slowly becoming unrendered. I'll be 114 blocks off the ground, because ground level is supposed to be Y64. So if you want to get kind of halfway, and I'm like, I don't know where I am, which direction I'm facing, so I'm just going to fly around this building. Alright, another drink of tea. That was a kind of a down in one aspect. My thing is, if I'm flying around anywhere quite high up, and then suddenly I'll see this, I'm like, oh, I know where I am now. I'm gonna. As me saying, I'm not gonna have to go backwards and forwards, but I'm gonna have to go back to get water bottle columns for that, aren't I? Obviously, I'm not going to be testing this out tonight because that will be part of the Let's Play, and I haven't got the video on demand sorted for that. I can't download my own live stream videos for highlights. Come on YouTube if you can get that sorted, so creators, if it's a live video, they can download it. That would be great. I might be able to do it if I use through a code function built on Windows, but then my game kind of goes a bit iffy when I do that. So I've been going about 20 minutes and gone up about 20 blocks. I'd say, yeah, because it was about 160 or so, wasn't it? We started on. So yeah, with the 150, yeah, it's gonna be about a 3-hour live stream of just doing this over and over again. And now this reminds me of. So I used to watch, when I started watching Daceless, there was talks about his melon farm, and he he was doing it on I think it was he ended up doing a 12-hour live stream. I think someone said it was. Just building that. Crazy. I would say I could never see myself doing that, but I've done gaming sessions doing that. Live stream is different because you're talking the whole time. Or in Dataless's case, he was snoozing for some of it. He fell asleep on live stream. And it's something his viewers and fans haven't let him forget. But yeah, that was a crazy melon farm. If we had the simulation distance in Bedrock, that design, it would need some modifications for it to work in Bedrock. And the modifications can be found in my melon farm because I've based it on his design, but with the Bedrock adaptation, obviously nowhere near as big as the one he done. Which direction is it off in? From here, it's there. You can just about see the corner of it over there. Yeah, it's nowhere near on the scale that he done. Thanks to Bedrock's lack of simulation distance. But yeah, I think it was it a 2 million? No, it was 1 million storage he had on that. 'Cause it was a sugar cane. He had 1 million. Or was it the other way around? I cannot remember now which way around it was. But yeah, it was a huge. It was just a melon farm as well. I think back in the day it was definitely the biggest back in the day. But I mean, it was. I think you used to get melon blocks back in the day when you broke it. I can't remember now. It's been so long since I watched it. I think I watched it when I actually just before I'd done my melon and pumpkin farm, just to see how it was spaced out in there and see how I would adapt it. Speaking of which, that is almost an exact replica. Except for I've gone only 5. I think he went 10 segments up on each one for the cocoa farm there. If you go and watch his video, you'll see how very, very similar they are. It's almost carbon copy. And I did credit him in the video as well. And was that still when I was shown? I think I was still when I was showing off my redstone. Because now I tend to do it. I don't tend to build it on the Let's Plays. I tend to do it and then go back over it afterwards. So I find it a lot easier to talk about the recap and what it is. If I'm doing a tutorial with redstone, which I've done a few before, I haven't done in ages. I've learned one of the most annoying things when you're following a redstone tutorial is when you need to build it the opposite way to how the person who's making it has built it. So for instance, if you need to build it sort of like right-handed and they built it left-handed and you're like, this is becoming a pain to follow. It's one of them things that, to me, it's really annoying to try and follow, and I've gotten the habit now with my live streams of just building them both ways round. So if you, not live streams, in my tutorials, I will build it both ways so you can see what it's like when you're looking at it from both perspectives. So it's not really difficult to follow. And I'll also explain each redstone aspect of why you need what you need, where it is, and if you want to do something slightly different, how you would start going about adapting it over. Because there's nothing worse than a redstone tutorial and being told you have to do this, you have to do that, but not have an explanation. And that's something I wanted to prevent in the tutorials I've done. I want the end user to have the freedom there of their creativity, because not everyone's builds are going to be the same, so it's not necessarily that one redstone circuit is going to fit where another one redstone circuit doesn't fit all. One thing I'm going to look at in the future is the potential of, when I get back to, like I say, Java in itself, I don't really do much on the vanilla aspect, but I am going to potentially look at down the line doing sort of like redstone tutorials on how to adapt certain circuits from Java to Bedrock and from Bedrock to Java, and showing off both versions of the game and how they're done side by side. Fingers crossed I can hopefully be in a position to be able to do that one day, because I feel those sort of tutorials will help out a lot of the community, and they might even help out getting a collaboration somewhere along the line as well. Don't think I'll get a collaboration with a big YouTuber just yet. Maybe one day if I start doing things like that I will, and I'd hope it would be from the Java side that I would get the collaboration. There's something seriously wrong with me if I get it from the Bedrock side for a Java Bedrock converter thing. And the reason I say that is because I'm more Bedrock minded, so, and you generally find a lot of the Bedrock players who play Bedrock on Windows 10 and 11, they also have played Java, and they've switched to Bedrock. Ah, no, wrong placement. Kind of got tons of spare. I'm interested to see how long it takes to go from old height to old bottom. How many seconds? I might actually do it, but oh no, if I do it on these slime blocks and then it counts as the achievement, that would be annoying because I want to get it for a let's play. So no, I don't think I will do it. I might do it from, I don't know what way I do it from, to be honest. In fact, I might check in a minute. Jump off, see if I can get it to Y64. That'd be funny. If that happens, I doubt it. But when I go into the positive ways, and when I've gone around to the side down here, I'm going to have a look and see if it does take the age. I think it does, and see how far above bounce. Because this is what is it, a 250 block drop. How far will I bounce? Okay, here goes. 250 block drop. Let's have a look. Can't even see it. When does it render in? Ooh, 12. Minus 12. So that was interesting. I don't know. No, that's fine. Can't go there. Have a little bit of decoration, but put it there. Oh, that's annoying. Right. Alright, and all the way back up now. So it was interesting seeing how long that actually took then. I didn't even time it. Would it be timed? I'll probably do a timer on my... will I do a timer on that? I don't know. Or will I not actually add a timer to the Let's Play video? That goes beyond my video expertise, I believe. But I can do a stopwatch timer sort of thing and see how long it takes. Why did I do that? Now I've got to do this long crime. Right. Why did I? Ah! Wrong block. You get back there. Make sure it's on the right one. There we go. So yeah, it's gonna be quite weird trying to. Everything's just coming out of render distance now. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get on to be able to do bigger farms in the long run at some point. Maybe that requires me leaving the computer on all day. That is another thing. Just to AFK to do bits. That's what a lot of the big YouTubers do, especially the Java ones. You'll probably find that their computers are almost on 24/7 playing Minecraft. With various cam accounts to be able to get what they need to for certain things. I've left this AFK overnight a fair few times, but it's generally for the sorting system to do it. And I've done it at the mob farm as well, because the mob farm... Oh yeah, I forgot they raised the limit on that, because it used to be 120, didn't it, for the clouds? Now, we've got a few annoying layers now. But yeah, I've done it, like I say, a few times for the all mob farm. I think I've done it a couple of times for the creeper farm, which I'm hoping will be fixed next week. I'll go back and have a check next week. I'm not using it at the moment. I think I've got to put the... I don't know if I've got to put the iron golem back in there yet. I think I need another one in there. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get an iron farm that works properly at some point as well. I need to recheck the rules around iron farms, because I know that it is possible on Bedrock to get more than 4 at once spawning, as proven from my trading village, where there's 10 naturally spawned in there for about, I think it's like 400 villages there. So it is possible to get more spawn, but I need to check how it's done again. It might be a case of just stacking villages to get it to work. Hopefully they'll do a parity thing on villages, on iron golems soon, because that's one of the biggest ones that needs the parity, I feel, in terms of farming. Oh, it's sunrise. can tell because there's that yellowy tint to it now. But because it's raining, you can't really see. But yeah, if I look up, you can see circles forming there, meaning it's sunrise. Did I even? Yes, I did on the corner there. Yeah, I'm going to keep streaming until I've hit the top layer and I've put the water in. Beyond that, I'm not going to be doing anything extra because it will be part of the Let's Play series. Yeah, I've still got another 100 and... From there, it's another 120... Yeah, another 120 blocks to go. So that's quite a way. 2 seconds, guys. That's very right. So I needed to blow my nose. Right, my hay fever tablets be wearing off, that'll be why. That's when my eyes started twitching again. As well. So, yeah, I'm just going to be going to build height limit. I've not actually built anything up to build height limit yet. So that says that first one here. Just a huge box up to build height limit. You can see how much hours have been put into. Well, this is probably the most hours I've put in for ages on a video as well. But it does mean I'm going to have 6 weeks worth of videos done by the end of this. And then it'll be on to the iron farm. So after next week's live streams, I think the live streams will be doing the iron farm again after the deep dark one. I so hope I can find a deep dark city. I'm probably going to end up digging a tunnel in the Nether over the weekend. Maybe go a few thousand blocks in the Nether. And then just plonk an end portal. And then potentially mine in a straight line, I'm going to guess, in the overworld. Or not mine, go down and then mine. But I need to work out what Y level to mine at. I'm going to guess probably about minus 32. Because then you'll probably come out sort of like either in the centre or near the roof of the ancient cities of the deep dark. Also, I want to see what the I need to be fully geared out for the warden. No, why did I just do that? But yeah, I need to be fully geared out for the warden. And then hopefully get whatever achievements they add on Tuesday. Because I'll be live streaming from about 8 o'clock, I don't think I'm going to be one of the first people to actually kill the warden either. I'm saying that like I'm going to succeed first time. I probably will not succeed first time. I'll probably make a complete mess of it, but we shall see. Yeah, you can't really see. You can just about see the top. Why is it you can see looking up more than you can looking down? I don't get. I noticed that when I was down mining down near the bottom, you could see more looking up than you could looking down as well. Is that a rendering issue with Minecraft, or I don't know? It's a funny little quirky thing that I've noticed. I don't know if that's a Bedrock issue or if it's a Java as well. Okay, is it worth me just checking from the bottom? Not right now though. When I finish up with this lot of stone bricks, just checking the bottom and see if it does it there as well. I'm gonna go down next. I think I will. Well, actually, thinking about it, I'll do it now actually. Geronimo! Do I get into the positive wise? Ooh, -8. I think you'll get the positive Y's from the bottom. So yeah, you can definitely see the top from the bottom. Yeah, it's weird that you can see the top from the bottom, but you can't see bottom from the top. That is just so weird. That proves my point. That you can look up higher than you can look down. I might have to ask, see if some Java players can check that out for me as well. See if there's a technical reason for it. Yeah, because now we can just about see the bottom at the moment. So I think from the next time we go on, I think it'll be, you won't be able to see the bottom. Could be wrong. Oh, my nose really does not like me today. But yeah, as soon as the ground is unrendered, I'll check maybe on the ground a bit. It's a good reference point. There's 2 fixed ones, so I can definitely see. I'm not going to do it from the chest because they should be unrendered by now. And you should see the ground because they're classed as entities. As far as I'm aware. Yeah. So yeah, the chest would have unrendered. Path slowly coming out of it. Render distance. Not quite yet. I think I'm closer to the mob farm than I am to the ground now. Could be wrong. we are quite high up. Why do I do left and up at the same time? So weird playing with a controller on a computer, but I don't really fancy getting finger cramp doing this. So yeah, Friday I will be live streaming again, but once again on Twitch. It will be a Fable live stream, Fable 3. I may revisit the other Fables at some point. Don't remember playing the first Fable too much. The second one is one I invested the most time in. But yeah, I'm tempted to, once I've completed Fable 3, kind of by complete I mean not just the storyline but all the side missions and whatnot. Well, you have to do the side quests before you complete the end bit, but also bought all the property, rented it all out and whatnot. And then I'll go on to, do I do Fable? I'll probably go on to Fable 1, because I know I owned it, but I don't remember if I played it. It was back in the time I was buying a lot of games because they were cheap. Yeah, I bought a lot of games just because they were cheap and they looked like the sort of games I'd play. And it was at a time I got them when that particular generation of consoles was coming to its end of life as well. And by end of life, I mean I had literally got the original Xbox and the GameCube. Actually, I think it was a month after. It was either the Wii or the 360 was released. One of them were released, and I got both of those two on the literally a month after whichever one it was first. I think the Wii was announced. Oh no, the Wii was released, and then I got it a month later. So yeah, that's what I mean by end of life. Back in the days of Blockbuster videos still being open, but their gaming section, I believe, had gone over to Games Station in the UK. And they used to, I don't know if anyone remembers, used to do like, I think it was like 4 for £10 on games. So I just went in there, spent £10, I got 4 games, or the 5 for 20 deals as well. That was the one I used to hammer up a lot. Was it? I can't remember if it was. I'm sure it was like 4 for 10. It might have been 3 for £10, or 5 for 20. But yeah, those sort of deals used to hammer up a lot, get a lot of games, and I had so many PlayStation 2 games that I couldn't really get around to playing them all. It was a... What's the old saying at the moment? It's... You've got the money to buy the games, so you can have all the games you want, but not the time to play them. I have all the time in order to play them, but not the money to buy them. Unless you're a YouTube content creator that makes money. Because if I was in that position, then I probably would buy more and play more. Because I'll be using them as a break from my main game. Although those sort of deals don't really exist anymore because... Well, just purely because they're inflation. There's a bit of test because I think I can still see some ground, but not much. Let's work it out because that is my... Yeah, I can still see the ground down there. The cocoa farm's doing well though, in terms of like the lighting on it. And the fact the cocoa is still rendered in, which I'm surprised about. Thought they would have disappeared by now. No, I haven't got too much left at the stone brick. Then got, I need to repair flower farm, and I need to do something with the entrance there. Because since building everything up with the nether brick trim, I slowly stopped liking that entrance. I know it's designed for like a covered entrance so you didn't come out too drowned. But I don't know, I just feel the portal's not needed now anymore. It was also the case that is when the phantoms used to spawn in Mushroom Biome, which they don't anymore. I just wanted a bit of a shelter from them so I could readjust in case it kind of appeared at night so he wasn't hammered straight away in the Mushroom Biome. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm kind of an hour and a quarter into the stream and 100 blocks up, another 100 to go. So it's not too bad. I was expecting to go past. Well, to be honest, I was actually, when I initially thought about how much I had to do on stream, I was like, I'm probably going to go into about 1 o'clock. No, I don't think I will now. Right, so it's quite foggy down here. And yeah, you can clearly see the top there. It's not even slightly phased out. So your render distance up is higher than your render distance looking down. As to why, I cannot explain that. But someone from technical side of Minecraft might be able to. And I have no idea what my sugarcane farm's like at the moment either. Should really check it out. How's it doing? How's this one doing? Also around here quite a bit. That wasn't a fair test because I remember I put stuff in there. I'm at the distance now, it's not really going to do much. I really need sort of the storage underneath. I think that's going to come in an episode at some point. Moving all the bamboo storage underneath. Sugarcane storage underneath. Have like, might do like a stairway going down. And then you have like bamboo storage that side, sugarcane storage that side. And I can do it all the way to the back here where, because I can do it all the way up until sort of like there, so it runs under this bit, but no further than that. Because I'll have obviously stone brick to show me where I can go up until under there. And it also means I can get more storage for both fitted in. I also need to go chopping trees and get a ton of iron for that as well. So that'll be after the iron farm. That's what I like to do. Not too bad. It'll take long to repair at Skelly Farm. So yeah, I've got plans still to do around here in terms of building wise, upgrading wise. I've also got, I need to do decorative building as well at some point. So I've got the rail network I need to do. I need to decide where I'm putting the train station for this particular area. And I still have no clue where I'm putting it. Because I've got to allow room for like the rails going out and not interfere with farm. So I'll probably put it like there-ish or there. So I've got the rails going off that direction, and then in between the flower farm and the but yeah, I'll put it there. I'm going to put it there, I think. I'll have a look down there in a minute when I fly back down to see if that is a suitable position, if I remember that is. Because to me, if I can get it, that sort of position, yeah, it means I can sort out for the whole world then. And then it's, I can't even remember how far I've got to go from here. I want to say it's about 4,000 blocks to my niece's base. So that'd be putting in the tracks. I've got to get I need gold as well at this point to do that. Because you can sell gold, but you can't buy gold. You can't even buy like gold tools or armor or anything. So it is the case I've got to go and mine gold. I need a ton of it as well. I don't fancy strip mining in the thingy, the Mesa either. I might be able to get a ton from the ancient cities. I doubt it because I don't think they'll have gold and whatnot in them. My gold farm, at no point building the zero-tick gold farms now because they're due to break on Tuesday because there's been plenty of warnings about them not working because they're patching them out. So there's no point getting hopes up about that. It's going to be the old-fashioned. Could I have kept my actual gold farm, but it doesn't. It's not that quick, and I might build another one over here instead. Just rebuild it, but over here. Not breaking and relighting the portal. In fact, if that works, because at the moment they break it using water. And I think that's what they're trying to stop working. However, with the clock I've got for my stone farm, it might just be possible to relight the portal using a dispenser and flint and steel. I think that's how you redo it. And then break it using a piston. I need to double check to see if that is something that's possible. Certainly worth a look into. Because I'm quite used to experimenting different farms. I haven't done a stream where I've experimented farms for ages though. The last one was the iron farm. The iron farm concept worked. The iron farm that I made worked. It produced iron golems, but it didn't work to the way I wanted it to, so I've still got to fine tune that. So I need to find some time to do some testing as well. Oh well, I'll sort something out at some point. Yeah, not too long now. It's another 100 blocks after this. And then it's putting in the water, so yeah, it's probably for me going to be close to midnight by the time I finished. Oh, and I need soul sand as well. I've got kelp. Yeah, I've got kelp. Water bucket. I literally have just got to go get soul sand. Why can I not say soul sand so easily? It might just be quicker for me to go back to go in the Nether and go back to the old base because it won't take long to get there. It's literally just flying and then up the scaffolding and get the up the scaffolding and then get the soul sand from around there. It's literally just by the Nether fortress. Great thing would be if my creeper farm gets fixed and then they suddenly add in 100% drop rate for TNT, because then I'll be able to get all the netherrack that I need. And I'll be able to get on my tree farm in this industrial district. Although it would make my stone farm my cobblestone farm pointless, because I could then make a better one, but on a bigger scale. Oh well. Maybe something for season 2, I think. But the tree farm will be this season if they can release the 100% drop rate TNT at some point. Otherwise I'm just wasting TNT for the tree. Because I've got all the bone meal and all the saplings I need. I've got the tree farm working to a point that you can do birch and oak with it. I think I can get spruce going. I'm not 100% certain. Hang on a minute. Glass send fire charges that destroy things, but do they... What's the drop rate like with fire charges? Although I've got a feeling with wood it would just set it on fire. I don't know what the crafting recipe is for a fire charge. I can't remember. It's... How is it? Blaze powder, gunpowder, and something else, isn't it? I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, so I need to do a thingy farm as well at some point, a ghast farm, which is going to be another based one, not an overworld one. But it's going to be some challenge that I need to do. I was in the process of destroying the bastion remnants, because I needed a ton of blackstone at some point. I can't remember what it's for. I think it was before Deep Slate was added, and I'd chosen that as a preferred block. but since Deep Slate, I so much prefer Deep Slate over Blackstone. I don't know, the black on Blackstone just isn't, something about it just isn't right for me for a lot of builds. Whereas the Deep Slate it feels darker. I know it's not, but it does feel it. And goes a lot better with a lot of the blocks. Oh, well, so yeah, I'm gonna have a look, see if that actually works for me. I was thinking if it was down there, around there-ish. It's becoming night time again. See the sun, can see the moon. It's weird because if you're out of render distance on Java, in the middle of the night you'll see the sun at the bottom, but Bedrock you won't, it just unrenders. I've got a feeling that the update on Tuesday is not going to give a new dimension, but it'll be the one after that that gives the new dimension. So if I land on top of here, almost messed it up then. Goodness for the stairs. But yeah, because I've got a clear bit there. So in theory I could build the train station there, allowing for rails going that way. Don't think I had a plan for that area. Yeah, because that allows rails to go over there. Oh no. That doesn't work out because of the iron farm. How annoying. That's Tootle Flower Farm. Why not there? I suppose what I could do, thinking about it, it's going to sound bad. Can I? Oh no, I can't make that. Try again. Made it this time. What I could do, because the flower farm finishes here anyway, then you've got the. What I could do is I could just take away this bit or incorporate this as part of the train station. And anything going off in that direction goes over top of. I know it's over a big ocean, so I'm going to have quite big pillars. Pillars. So I could have it going off in that direction. Or could have it going from here, going off in that direction, so it feeds through the eye of the needle. Feeds through the needle between the creeper farm and that. Yeah, between the creeper farm and wool farm. And also feeds through there for things going straight through as well. Because I'm going to have a few. What is that? That is weird. A bit of a rendering glitch. No idea what that is. But yeah, and then I've got the ones that there's only going to be one line feeding that way, and most of them feed that way. And I've got that, so it's feeding through the eye of a needle somewhere, but I want to keep it in the industrial district. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I need to get on top of that building. How am I going to do that? By flying. Right, I want to get on top of the chicken cooker. They all feed through there. Because I could build one there and then feed it this way. But there's going to be like 2 lines going this way, and that's it. For now. Is there 1, a 5 block gap? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 block gap. Yeah, so I can feed the 2 lines going off in that direction anyway. That's fine, and then the rest will be fed off over there. I'm going to have 1 line stopping in and 1 just continuing on. That's probably going to be a better solution, actually. I don't know what I was going to put here. I don't think it's going to be the train station now. I think the train station is probably going to be about here somewhere. Thinking about it. Because the other option I've got is... Why did that not take off? Have a look. The other option I've got is to put it... Put it there. Isn't a bad shout, because I've got... That's not really a gap, is it? Thank you. Gap there? No gap there. Where else can I put it? This area has become overcrowded. Dripstone farm. What are you doing? You're stopping me putting it there. Don't really want that. That's a failed farm. That might be one I'd delete. Get rid of. In fact, that's not a bad shout. So when I do the train station, I'm just thinking out here, is that I could move this farm, so collapse it, rebuild it and put it there, and the lengthway is there, so it feeds off behind this lot. I'll also get, I can make it longer then if I need to. What that will then allow me to do is allow me to then comfortably, or do I move it there or not? Could move it there and build it lengthways. What do I do? Or move it so it's built that way? No. I mean, I can't build it lengthways here anyway because of that. What is this farm? Oh, this is my thingy farm. Yeah, dripstone is slow. There's anything to grow. I could just relocate this farm somewhere. As to where, I don't know. Maybe in that other gap, because then that will allow. How many wide is this? 1, 2, 3. Well, no, because then this will go, won't it? So it's the gap between there and there. Which means I could build the train station here. allowing me to go off in that direction and in that direction. Yes, genius. I say genius, and then I still haven't figured out where I'm putting the dripstone from. And I'll relocate it. Let's have a quick check. Where would I relocate it to, though? I'm relocating it. I can use so I can't put it there. Those are the farms that way. The obvious place that's sticking out as well was thinking about the train station anyway, and that is to put it there, going off in that direction. Or I could do it from no, because that'll end. No, it won't, because they'll be going out over that way. I could put it. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. When I'm supposed to be building up this farm, I could put it like there, going out in that direction. That's actually ideal. So yes, I will do that then. Get up there. Maybe use more rocket than I'd like. And maybe use another one too. I need to make sure I've actually got enough rockets next time I come up here. Alright, let's get back to this. That was a... After all that, I didn't even pick up the stone brick, did I? Geronimo! That was close, considering I was right next to a wall. Okay, alright, let's get back to this. I might have enough of the resources to finish off the job. Something I wasn't actually expecting. Right. So yeah, I've decided relocation of dripstone. Where I'm building the train station, that is going to be a building episode that will be coming up before or after the I don't know, it's going to be before or after the what you might call it, the iron farm. The train station doesn't need to be until, it doesn't have to be after, it can be before, because it's a building episode. And I don't really want to keep delaying the iron farm, but it's going to be something that's going to take a while to do. I don't know. What am I going to do? And the industrial district one can be a boring one. So, can be a boring building. Doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. Like the others that I've done. Like the one at our main base. It's literally just going to be a building ready for rails and whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to do... I might try and do something over time, a bit more elaborate, and upgrade it every so often. But other than the one at the base, the rest just have to be functional first and then design later. Because the design is going to be on the rails as you look through. I'm going to have lighting there. So yeah, I'll see how that goes first, to be honest. I think I don't know if I've jinxed the amount of stone brick I need. I don't know, I hope I haven't. Yeah, this is quite a tall building, and I'm gonna get, obviously when I've done the train network, so there'd be one, I need to do a train building by spawn as well. That's gonna be jungle themed, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it jungle themed for it to work. Maybe a oversized jungle pyramid. So that's gonna be made out of mossy stone and mossy cobble and cobblestone. I don't know. I need to double check how I'm doing that. And I've also got the old base one as well. But as to what I'm hooking up to the industrial district, not 100% certain. Obviously, I've got the Guardian farm I need to hook up here and the ice farm. So there's going to be lines going out in 3 different directions. Back to the mainland, to my niece, and then over to the other farms. Oh, into the pirate cove pit that Mal's going to be building as well. That's beyond my I think that was beyond my Guardian farm, if I remember. So there's going to be 3 different areas. And I also need to decide on a name for each station as well. And also I need to do a map wall somewhere. That's going to be interesting. Fingers crossed I can find a Deep Dark City on Tuesday's live stream. Because finding it and conquering it is what I want to do. Grab the loot, grab some sculpt sensors, whatever they are, if you can, or grab some sculpt. Drop down the corners where I find it, build a nether portal and connect it up to the nether. Because I don't know if the warden's like a one-time spawn thing for each city, or if it all continuously spawn and you can sort of do something with the drops from it. Because I want to see what drops it gives you. Because if it can continuously spawn, there might be something you can do to force it to spawn into the nether. And the nether side, you can get some easier kills, if that makes sense. So it might be worth it. I need to check that out, actually. Have I already got an idea of how to beat the warden easily and just keep getting the warden drops? But yeah, I need to find. My first thought is to find a ancient city, defeat a warden, and just get the achievements in survival, and then do some testing afterwards. I just want to find it in survival first and do the testing in creative afterwards as to what's possible with the warden, what you can do. And do some research as well to see if it's respawnable, or if it's a one-time only thing per city. I've not really paid much attention to any pre-release videos yet, because I know it's always subject to change. But I kind of have those few questions surrounding. And you can guarantee that within the first week of it being out, somebody would have released a video regarding the warden and how to do something with it easily and get many drops. If it's respawnable, then somebody's going to have done something to cause it to be respawnable. I have my theories of how to make it respawnable. So if it respawns using the skull sensors, and your thing is you have to keep staying quiet in the ancient cities, is to then see if there's a way of making it so it only spawns in one block, or on a few, just on a couple of select blocks, and then it goes. You make a noise for it to then get into, attract it to a nether portal. Although a nether portal noise might be enough to attract it. You then send it to another side. You then go through a different portal. Go to the Orden and just kill it. Over and over again. It could be a way to easily get the drops. Especially if you can trap it in a way that it can't move. But then can the Warden break blocks? I don't think it can. From my understanding, it won't break blocks. I could have that understanding wrong, but who knows? Yeah, there's quite a few questions there, and eventually I'll get some answers, and I will be able to then just get on and do the testing that I need to do on it. Don't normally go this far. So it's just me not paying attention, just looking at what the time was. Thinking it's going to go past 12, and I'm going to say it most likely will. I might even go to 1 o'clock. Don't really want to stream that late, but I also want to get this done before I finish streaming by the end of today's stream. I've got to go back, grab some water breathing potions. If I'm going back to grab the water breathing potion, I may as well just grab the soul sand from the base, rather than hunting it down in the nether. Makes no sense to go the other way. I want to just grab it from the base. Otherwise I will drown because go to that. I am up the other way. I'm just thinking, how many stacks do I need? Give me 4, or is it going to be 5 stacks of from 64 the way? It's going to be 4 stacks I need, I think. 128 will take you. Yeah. Because 1 stack will take it to 128. 2 will be up to, well, 4 would then take it to 256. Sorry, 3 would take it to 256. So yeah, 4 stacks. I've only actually showed you how many blocks you placed on your Minecraft stats. Oh, I'm actually out of blocks again. Yep. Shows how many you've mined. I think I'm over the 2 million mark now. Whoa. Spinny. But does it actually show you on this or not? Let's have a look. I had to check on my Xbox profile. Is there any way I could do it? Rewards. No. Time play 4,008 hours. Yeah, that's annoying. It doesn't actually display on your actual thing anyway. Unless I go... don't think it does it from the game bar. I think you have to actually go into the Xbox app. Widget menu. Put that over there. No, I think I have to do it from the actual Xbox app. That's annoying. But sure, it doesn't display how many blocks you've placed on the Xbox app. In 2 seconds, I'll have a look. I think it's just blocks broken. So loading up the Xbox app on my phone. So let's have a check. Yeah, where's my achievements? Yeah, so it says time played, blocks broken, monsters killed, distance travelled. I'm not at the 2 million that I thought I was. 3,187,071 blocks broken. That is a lot of breaking your blocks. However, distance travelled 99,667,141 blocks. I've got a feeling I'm going to be going over the 100 million on that soon. I'm only 300,000 off of going that, so that's something to consider. There is I'm going to be going past that soon. Let's go. Let's have a nap. Let's have a bit of a nap first before I go back up to the top. So yeah, that was quite a number there. Although mobs killed, I'm only on about 22,000, I think I saw. But I don't really go in looking to fight mobs. I build mob farms so they die automatically. I don't think the ones killed by my wolves count, if I remember. I need to do some testing with that, because if they do, that'd be interesting to just boost them stats, but I'm not really fussed too much by then. Bear in mind, those stats I just gave you were only under my Windows profile. It's only the ones registered to Windows 10. Under the same gamer profile for Xbox. And for my phone, the stats are different. My phone ones are rubbish because I haven't really played that much. The Xbox ones are they're not as high, but they're still up there. I think with what a lot of the Xbox players do. I know that when I compare myself to one of the big YouTubers that does both Xbox and Windows 10, my stats are either very, very similar to his in terms of gameplay and whatnot, but my distance travelled and blocks broken is a lot higher. No, gameplay, I'm miles behind him actually. And in terms of gameplay, when it says X many hours, X many days and whatnot, it means continuous play. It doesn't mean you've been playing it. That's how long since the first time you booted up the game. It's continuous play is what it takes into consideration. Somebody say something to me before, was like, because when I was on like 104 days, it was like, oh, you've not been playing the game that long. You've only been playing it just under 2 years. I was like, no, that's continuous play. It's not from how long since I first booted up the game. It's how many days worth of hours I've put in. not even as though you've been awake and asleep for 104 days and played it all them 104 days. It's if you were playing it 24 hours a day, it's how many days it would have been in 24-hour blocks. And that's a concept quite hard to understand. For me, it's fine, but for a lot of people, it's a concept quite hard to understand and grasp that. What are we doing for time? So it's just before 11 o'clock. Yeah, quite a late stream for me. I'm not normally one for really late night streams, but like I say, I need to get this done. I can't keep putting it off. I just got to get it done, dusted, over and done with. And then I'll be happy. I can finish off recording the episode. And get on with prepping for the one afterwards. Although this weekend I'll probably be just brewing up tons of potions of weakness when I've got a spare few minutes. Ready for the villagers and making sure I've got enough trading stations, so like lecterns and whatever other villagers. I'll probably have lecterns and brewing stands first, because I can then trade the rotten flesh and killing the zombies into emeralds. Only for some reason, whenever I've done walls and whatnot, they tend not to attack zombies unless the zombies are attacking me. They'll only do it to skeletons and wither skeletons. Wait 2 seconds, guys. I've been talking lots and I need a drink. So I had my other drink plan, which is why I was a bit slow getting to the stream today. So I just moved my chair, got my drink. No, it's not iced tea. And just a bit of apple and blackcurrant. I need to stay hydrated. I keep forgetting on the basic human functions, and I keep forgetting it. Although as a human race, we are quite bad at keeping hydrated. Well, especially in Britain, that you see almost everywhere you go these days, there's some form of hydration poster reminding you to hydrate. Because we generally, so with hydration, you generally only get thirsty once you're dehydrated. Your body doesn't really tell you need drink until you're at the stage of it's the first stage of dehydration. It sounds dramatic, but it is the first stage of it, and that's when you get the signals from your brain telling you need to drink. And the posters are put out there to remind people that they should be drinking more frequently, and in theory it should be water, because that's the best hydration drink there is. I myself, I will drink water, but when you've got squash to hand, you've got a choice of squash or water. You're more likely going to have that squash just to flavour the water. But some people, drinking just plain water can make them feel sick, so it's not adamant that you must drink water, but water is preferenced. If not, then it's flavoured, is what's recommended. Yes. So yeah, try and stay well hydrated. It helps your body just function, helps you stay fit and whatnot. There's me saying that with all my health problems. But also be careful not to go the other way and drink too much. Not only will you be going to the toilet more to relieve all that extra drinking you've been doing, but you can overhydrate, and that can also be quite dangerous. Come on. I do plan on doing with my plans in future. I do plan on doing another Mario Kart video at some point. I've not planned when I'm doing it, but I will do one at some point. Done it again. Pressed up at the same time. However, I need to work out the settings on Mario Kart to just mute the music. I know the Double Dash one that I've done, it's been fine, but I don't want to take the risk with any future videos, so it'll be the case of I load it up, sort the settings so it doesn't play the music, and then I'll get into it. Because I saw that a while ago, I saw quite a few people complaining about Nintendo videos being given the copyright claims on them once again, and that was something that annoyed a lot of the gaming community who used to post just games from the Nintendo console. And credit to Nintendo, they realised they was trigger happy, and they eventually realised that it was actually harming them more than it was doing them any good, because there's a lot of negativity towards them. And then the credit to them is the fact that they then went back and stopped so many of the copyright claims, which then gave them free advertising. They suddenly realised, hang on, if people are playing these games, they're enjoying them, it means people are watching them, more likely to buy the games. Or it could be that more people are going to record the games, showing what could normally be really frustrating levels for the average player. They can then pass them a little bit easier, meaning they're more likely to enjoy the games as well. Credit to Nintendo for realising that. It took them a while, but did you see that water then on the hotbar when it will? I don't know. There you go, done it again. I don't know why it does it. When you're at 256, it will suddenly do the things as though you're suffocating. And I don't know why it does that. Oh yeah, every so often when I place a block. I realised that a while ago, and I was like, why is it doing that? I'm not a build height yet. And it shouldn't really be doing it for a build height anyway. But yeah, it does. But yeah, credit to Nintendo for realising that. A lot of people will say negative things about it, because as a society, we are quite negative a lot of the time as a society, and often it's, as bad as it sounds, it's without reason as well. There was a whole culture a while ago of being negative just for the sake of being negative. I'm glad to see that culture isn't as prominent anymore. Still exists, to some degree, but it's not anywhere near. I don't feel it's anywhere near as bad, even though I've just stopped associating with those types of people as much, which might help a bit. But yeah, there is a negative culture around, or was. I myself used to be quite negative as well, but, and I say but, there's not really a but to it. I used to be quite negative. Was at a time I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, and there was something with Call of Duty that did actually change me as a person into something that wasn't. I used to have a lot shorter fuse if I was playing Call of Duty a lot, regardless of how bad or how good I was doing on it. There would still be a lot of a short fuse to me. Now, I don't quite understand what it was, but it was just there. I wouldn't like lash out or anything, but I would snap back at someone more regularly than I normally would. And me myself, I'm quite a laid back person, and people do tell me I'm quite laid back. And it was around the time that I was doing a lot of Call of Duty. I did have a lot of other stuff going on in my life at the time as well, but I would be quite snapping back at a little bit more often than usual. Now, it could just be coincidence that it was timing in my life as well, with other things going on, but I still don't know what it was. But yeah, as a race, we are quite negative as well. And there is that whole thing of, it's called snowflake culture, and it's because people it's basically having a meltdown over trivial stuff. Now, some of it I do get, and some bits I'm just like, overreacting. Take a step back. No need to overreact so much. If it's something that's personal, then yeah, I'll fully get it. But if it's something that has nothing to do with you, or doesn't really affect you in any way, shape, or form, but you stick your oar in because you think it's going to affect somebody else. Unless you've spoken to somebody that it affects, then there's no reason for you to create a fuss over nothing. I'm sorry, that does sound kind of... It does kind of sound pedantic, but if you get what I mean, it's one of them where, yes, you might be thinking you're sticking up for someone, but the person you're sticking up for might not even agree with you. So if you're sticking up for a particular person, speak to that person before saying anything. Because you could be getting the wrong end of the stick completely, and you're making a fuss out of nothing. And it could be something and you could be doing something with good intentions, which generally, a lot of the times, it is good intentions you're doing it for, but you're doing it all for the wrong reasons. And it's for the minority, if that makes sense. If what your actions do causes a lot more for the majority than it does for the minority. So yeah, speak to somebody beforehand. If it's not something that directly affects you, I can't think of any examples at the moment. It's just stuff I've seen in terms of the human race in general. and it's happening more and more. There was so a little while ago now in the UK there was this protest group called Insulate Britain. Their intentions are good, however, the execution to try and get the intentions across, absolutely shambolic. In a way that, and they still do it to this day, and it's something that I do not agree with one bit, and that is they come out, sit across roads, blocking up traffic for their protests. Now, the protest is to help cut carbon emissions. That is their general aim. It's to cut carbon emissions by insulating homes. However, to cut carbon emissions, you can't be blocking traffic. Traffic is one of the biggest contributors to carbon emissions. If you're blocking traffic, you're causing more carbon emissions than insulating houses. And it's one of them, it's like your protest is making no sense right now. If you're going to make a protest about cutting carbon emissions, you go and maybe make it outside of an energy company. An energy company that uses a high amount of fossil fuels or non-renewable fuels. You go and make it outside of those power plants. Yes, you would kind of run the risk of driving up prices, but it's also making awareness to those companies that you need to be investing more in green energy. Or what they were aiming is to get the insulation into Britain's homes. So why block up roads? Why not go to council offices? Why not go to town halls and whatnot and do the protests there? So you're doing it in front of like mayors or councillors, places where it needs to be raised awareness. The services you're disrupting to raise the awareness are the correct services then, and not just the general public. And you're not causing extra emissions to do so. But at the same point in time, the other thing I don't agree with is where it's hard to say, but there was talks, and I've read reports that police, I don't know how reliable it is, but from the reports I was reading, police have also said that there was nothing they could do to stop them sitting in the middle of the road. They couldn't move them at all. However, under UK highway code, they were breaching the highway code, which meant it was so there's one that says that you should not. There's one that says you should. I think you should not. It's along the lines of jaywalking. You should not. I think should not. What is the wording? Right, it's basically you should not dawdle along crossing the road. They have to say should not because there are reasons why somebody might be slower than the average person. Where it's down to say disability or age, or just generally unwell, you might not be as quick as the normal person. So it was along those lines is where it's a should not. And there is also a must not. Now that must nots, they are a criminal offence. And that is where the protesters were in the wrong completely and could have either landed massive fines, well, not massive fines, but could have landed fines or been arrested, which is where when I see newspaper articles and reports that police saying they couldn't do anything, I'm not entirely sure is true. Because the must not is you must not obstruct the highway and must not obstruct any crossings. They were always on crossings. Whenever they went to block roads, they went and sat down in long chains of people on crossings, and that is a must not. And that is under the pedestrian side. Both. It is written another way with cars as well, but so in the highway code in Britain, there's pedestrian articles as well as car articles, and they were blocking the crossings. So pedestrians must not block crossings because the crossings are supposed to be there for both traffic and cars to allow free flow of both. So police saying they couldn't do anything. They could, but it's one of them. There is powers that police have, and they could have enforced. There is certain police that can only do certain things in Britain, so enforcing the highway code is the job of the highway police. So it can't just be any officer, it has to be somebody who runs and does sort of like the automatic number plate recognition. They drive them vehicles, checking for uninsured and untaxed vehicles in the UK. It has to be those officers that actually deal with it. And whether it was the case of the officers that were there, none of them were trained in that, which I don't find it hard to believe, I just find it strange that you've got protesters in the road. You would think, well, we can't move them because they're being peaceful. Your next approach would be, why don't we have a look see if there's anything in the highway codes to aid us? Then we can maybe call on other officers to get them moved and get the traffic flowing. That, to me, was something that didn't make sense with any of the articles I saw. So yeah, that's what I mean by, as a culture, we don't really think, human race doesn't really, as a whole, doesn't really think about the whole picture. It's only what's suited to them. Even myself, I'm not a selfish person, but when I'm thinking of laws and whatnot, I think of how things have affected me in the past, but how things could be more sort of what's the word? More common sense than anything else. And things that could improve the general public as a whole, but also improve things for myself. Once again, it's one of them, it's not things that would generally, when I look at things that could be improved, I don't look at things of the case of, oh, it only benefits me. I will look at things that will benefit everyone as a whole, or not everyone, but the majority as a whole. So, like, my idea behind the government using the NHS to create its own pharmaceutical company, a government-run pharmaceutical company owned by the UK government, not by private firms. You put fundings in. You then put the funding through the university system for university students to learn medicines. You've got the NHS history using medicines. You then employ scientists as part of the government to pharmaceutical company. And now the UK is, with its history of healthcare, what's it now, 70 years, I believe? Might be 80 now. I think it's 70 because it was just after the Second World War that the NHS was founded. It's slowly being sold off as a private thing, but it's still a public sector. But what could happen is government is in a great place to set up as a pharmaceutical company to save the NHS, to save it going into the private sector, and use the pharmaceutical supplies that it's able to produce and make the UK one of the biggest exporters of pharmaceutical supplies. And that can be sent worldwide as well. We are up there with one of the biggest, but it's all private sector. If it's something that became public sector, the money made from it would ensure that a majority of UK residents would not suffer so badly from inflation and whatnot. It would be taxes would be able to be lowered or frozen over time, whilst increasing sort of like minimum wage, and so the cost of living compared to wage goes down overall. The next step for the UK government is what they could do is energy companies. So this whole thing with the gas supplies at the moment worldwide, I say worldwide, Europe-wide, shouldn't really be much of an issue as a culture and as the human race in general is moving more heavily focused towards electric. And the gas issue isn't something that should be a major. I know some countries, UK included, do use gas to produce electric. I can't remember what the percentage is for it, but it is something that is slowly going to be phased out. The UK is moving more towards wind turbines. We don't produce enough wind to fully power us. Solar panels, you find them in UK homes. It will cover during the daytime, but at night you often find you outstrip what you can produce off the moonlight. It doesn't need to be hot to produce electric. However, in the summer months you will produce more than you use. And I think the next step in terms of that is it's something that needs to happen worldwide, and that's storage banks. And it is something that's being researched, being developed. They're not quite there with the technology yet, but it also needs to be a storage bank that can be used millions of times, store a high amount of electricity, and also be able to provide. So it needs to be quick charging and quick draining at the same time. Now, in terms of that, if that gets developed, the best thing that can happen, and it depends on which country gets in there first, is to help fund the UK, hopefully, be to help fund, say, I think it'll probably be Libya or Morocco, are the most likely candidates for it. Probably Morocco out of all of them, because there's issues within Libya at the moment. But will help fund big solar farms store the electricity. You say, well, tell you what, we'll fund it, we'll take electricity from it. We'll also help fund electricity to your own homes. And then any surplus left over, you take, say, 90% of the profit from that. That means the country that's invested in that gets free electric. And then from the surplus from it, they make a 10% profit as well. Because if you're in a country with a lot of sunshine, you're going to make a bigger amount of profit than you would, say, in a country in the extremities of either pole. Now, in terms of countries worldwide that would probably benefit the most from this, it's probably going to be the United States. You've got Nevada and Texas and Orlando, which are quite sunny a lot of the time of the year. And you tend to think Nevada is a massive desert. Probably you've got Texas as well, which is quite a big desert, has quite a big desert. But Nevada is probably the better one for it, considering you've got likes of Los Angeles and San Francisco there, which rely heavily on the electric. Probably better off putting big solar farms there, and you're probably get enough to using the 3 states there. You probably get enough from the farms if they're big enough to power quite a bit of the United States, and they will probably end up being self-sufficient enough for electric cars as well. And then they would probably end up profiting putting the electric through to Canada as well. Obviously, it wouldn't work with Mexico, pumping the electric there, because Mexico will be able to produce more than enough of their own. But it's the cost, obviously, setting up the plants or the farms themselves for it. Say Texas is probably a bit iffy to do it in. I say iffy, probably not quite the right state to do it in, because obviously tornadoes and whatnot destroying the solar farms would be quite costly. You've got Nevada, you've got the earthquakes, but you can make solar farms so that they'd survive earthquakes. It'd be a lot easier to do that than it is for it to survive tornadoes. It'd be a lot more cost effective. Other countries that could probably benefit from it, you got to think of the cost to set it up, and then the cost of cost of setting it up and what they would get back from it. If Spain's finances were a little better, they probably would be one of the better ones for it, actually. Especially central Spain, they could probably produce enough to cover themselves, and some of Europe, and have enough to export to Europe as well. South of France would have. I don't know if it'd have enough to export. It would have enough for themselves for sure. Italy, once again, they're in the same situation as Spain, money-wise, but Italy's quite a crowded country, if that makes sense. There's not enough land there that they can just build solar farms on. Whereas Spain is you get bits of Spain where it's quite sparse. Worldwide, the country that's probably best suited for my type of thinking there is Australia. I don't even know which way I'm going now. Probably Australia's probably the best suited, because you've got the outback, which will produce more than the world itself would need, I would imagine. However, with Australia, you've also got, because it'd be underwater cables, they'd need to run to other countries, so they wouldn't be able to necessarily export too much. And that'll be something that'll be holding them back. It depends on how the electricity is stored and then used, I would say. Because if it's stored in a way that could be shipped, then you're looking at Australia probably being the biggest exporters of power, electric. Because they would have the money to be able to fund it and then to be able to export it. If any country can do it, it would be either them or America. That they would be in a better position to be able to build it. Because they don't really get, in the outback, they don't get tornadoes and whatnot. Whereas in the deserts in America, you've got either earthquakes on the west coast, or on the east side you get tornadoes and hurricanes. So that would be something that would be probably Australia would probably be the better ones for that. But yeah, that's the sort of things that governments can start investing in. And some countries that weren't doing so well will do much better. Some that do quite well can do even better, but they will slip off eventually. We are so close to being done today. So close. Oh, the building aspect's almost done. Only another 50. No, another 40 blocks to go. Or 37, I should say. 37 and a half. 34 from there. Yeah, we're so close to it being done. Can't see any of the ground from up here. That's why I got disorientated. Then when I get to the top layer, it will be nether brick all the way at the top as usual. I wonder if I'm not up to 320 by the end of this. By the time I've finished all this off, I'm going to jump down the middle and see if I get up to like a positive Y. I don't think I will. No, I do think I will. It would be like Y5 or something. I'm just intrigued as to how far you would bounce. Yeah, the stream's already gone on about half an hour longer than my usual streams. Yeah, let's keep going. And hopefully I can get this all done. Oh, where did I go wrong here? Oh, just there. It's fine. Although it's so far up and whatnot, I don't think I would have noticed anyway at any point. It's one of them that centimetre ending distance will go, and I'll be able to see. Because even the clouds are starting to not render. Please tell me I don't get to 320. I'll still go down and get another lot, because that'll really help with it. See now how far I can bounce without getting the achievement. Oh no, I won't get the achievement, but no, I kind of don't want to, just in case I get the other achievement that I kind of want to keep for the Let's Play. Yeah, I'm just going to carry on with doing this and then record the jump in the Let's Play as well. Because it won't take me long to get back up here. I should be able to actually see the top of thing now. Yeah, I can see the top of it. I need to make sure I've got buttons placed at the bottom of the other bit as well before I place the water. Yeah, definitely going to go past midnight, isn't it, for me? It's getting quite late now, isn't it, for me? I started streaming an hour later and done a longer stream than usual. It's getting to the point where there's not much else for me to talk about. It's like I just want to get this done and then get the water in. Give me that back. And then I'll be done today. Or done tomorrow, I should say. Another 25 blocks up. It's probably a slower way to do it than to pedal up each time, but I didn't really want to keep using food. I'm going to come above the clouds and it's raining. Minecraft logic. then but get around. Don't think I'll get around this time round. I might be close if I do. I need to work out how to do the before I live stream my iron farmers to work out to do live redirects. Imagine doing this as like a cathedral tower and having to build another one. Okay, I'm surprised I managed to get around the whole section. I think it'd be one more refill before I can work out. And now it's becoming night time. By the time I'll get down to the bottom, it'll be time to sleep. There we go, time to get down and time to sleep. Don't think the rainbow stocks are like going for like hours and hours and hours, doesn't it, these days? How have I woke up in the middle of a chest? Oh my word. Just bizarre. Okay, alright. Need that. But no, I'm going to make sure it's just 2 whole stacks for now. Where did I get? Was I using that one? Yes, it was. And then just fill this up. I think this will be the last trip. I'm not 100% certain. I think. And then it's the case of going back to base, scrubbing, water breathing, and soul sand. And then building up the water stream from there. This takes forever now to get at the top. Still not even halfway. I think 200 is about halfway, isn't it? Somewhere around there. No, it's about 180 is actually halfway. It's 320 minus 60 is about 2. Oh, it's 256 and a half of that, which is 128. So 128 on top of 64 is 184. 188 is halfway. No, 120 plus 64, 132, 192 is halfway. Maths. On the home stretch, I think. And then I can switch back to keyboard and mouse because I won't need to shift a lot. My concern is over there, am I going to be able to do the water properly? Because when you get to top of the board, it doesn't like you placing blocks or anything. From my experience, I can place water, but you can't pick it back up. We'll see. And I've also got to bring a thing up here at some point, a villager. And I'll probably do it so the villager comes up and then it kind of walks off that direction or something. That somehow so it doesn't fall off. And then trade with them. And then push them off the edge. Because once I've got them down to the bottom bit, I've then just got to push them into the water column and it's fine. I think it has to be a villager and can't be a wandering trader. My eyes twitching again. So there, haven't got far to go now. Yeah, I will be at world height soon. Ready for the world height toward bottom. 384 blocks. I'll be 380-ish. I'll work out the exact amount at some point. We are so near to being done. So welcome site, being able to see the top of that. My stream just literally cut out. Don't know what happened now. So I tried to keep it on my stream on the other screen that looked like it had cut out. It was weird, it sort of stopped and then carried on. So yeah, this is like an hour longer than I usually stream. I'm still not at the end of the stream just yet. I don't know if this might actually be my longest actual stream I've ever done. I've done no talk streams before, but I can't remember what the longest one of them was. Don't think I ever went. Definitely never went past the 3 hour mark, which is what I'm about to go past. Especially in 15 minutes time, it'll be past the 3 hours of gameplay. No, I'm going to need another refill. Looking at how many of them never bricks we got, it's going to be one more refill. I'm going to make sure I've got 3 stacks of nether brick on me. I don't really want to have to come up again. And then the rest will be just stone brick. That last stack, yeah, last stack of stone bricks. This will sort of tell me if yeah, I need 3 stacks at least of a nether brick, because 1 stack doesn't even. I'd only be using it 1 layer thick, so yeah, 3 stacks. 2 stacks should be enough, but probably need 3 to be on the safe side. I know I didn't even need all of them. Got them filled up. No, I didn't even fill them up. Okay, right. 3 stacks of nether brick. 1, 2. There we go, and then shove heal up back in there, and then whatever I can take from there. Then we should be done. All that stone brick I brought over, I didn't actually need. Oh well, I guess that'll be put in the storage system over the weekend. I've got to get blaze canning at some point as well to get blaze powder to put the potions. Why did I not think about that? That's for the iron farm though, so that can be done. Yeah, I need to do it this weekend, ready for the live stream, not from next week, but for the week after. So I've got them there ready. Although I can do it during the evenings, I'm not actually live streaming thinking about it. It takes so long just to climb up. It is quicker going up a bubble column because it shoots you up quite fast. Come on, almost there. Finally. So, level 3 of the stone brick, and then the rest is just nether brick. I didn't check the stone at the bottom, did I? Oh well, if it leaks, it leaks. I can fix it when I'm down there. And give it a chance for the water to actually fall down as well. Also, it took an age to go down the other bit. But yeah, I did have stuff. Never brick in the corner. Right, so almost one more layer, and it's another brick layer after this. And then it's the preparation almost done. So I'm getting into putting in the water source. It shouldn't take too long. I just gotta because once I've done the water source, it's then I'll put the water source block at the top. Need to go back, grab the soul sand, and a water breathing potion, and then turn all into water sources. Don't tell me building limit is 320 when I'm placing blocks at 320. You've got to be above it to place the blocks there, mister. Or Mrs., whatever you want to identify as. Or nothing at all. Yes, it does allow me. Thank goodness for that. This probably isn't thick enough to sit at the bottom, but oh well. You can see it when you get to the top. If you can see it at the bottom, then that is seriously saying something that you can see up higher than you can down. Right, that's the building aspect sorted. Right, now I need to go and sort out this water source before I do any more. Check that. Choosing keyboard and mouse at last. Right, also need to get rid of that one. You can sort of see where it ends. So yeah, you can look up more than you can look down. And it's raining scaffolding. It's still going. It will stop eventually. I'm going to be losing some of it down that hole anyway, I would assume. Doesn't look like it. That makes a change. Oh, stopped falling. So it's gone down there. But it shouldn't have done, but it probably has. Yeah, I've lost. No, not as much as I thought I'd lose. Just 2 lots. Right, time to go get me some water breathing and some something when my brain works. Some soul sand. No, I don't want that one. I want the rockets. Trying that one. Don't have money back at base. I don't have money in there either. Hopefully that creeper farm will stop working soon. What kind of fool am I? I have gonna put it in the wrong one. I've got to fix that at some point. Okay, right, so which one is this? 3376. Let's get that sorted first. going to say it's this one. Oh, see, lost. It's not 3376 is the wrong one. It's the other coordinate I need to take note of. Two, 4, 6. Hmm. Believe that. What an absolute numpty. I'll fix it when I've got the water breathing potion as well. That'll be the easier way to fix it. Because I can just fly off and then go underneath and fix it. I can't believe I've done that. I remembered this button, but I didn't anything else. Right, shove you lot in there. Right, where is? I only need two. Turn them into stone buttons and place them on just there, and they will do. Right, let's go back to base. Grab the water breathing potion, soul sand, and then I'll come back and fix that. So when I was telling myself earlier that'd be closer to 1 o'clock that I finish, probably is going to be now. Because I want it done just so I can hop in and record to get the achievement. And that's all I've got to do. I'm not recording it tonight though. It is a very, very late night for me in terms of gaming. Extremely long live stream for me as well. Don't always sit down in one gaming session this long either. Yep, we have hit about the 3 hour mark now for the gameplay time, so this is definitely my longest stream ever. Yes, lucky numbers compared to a lot of the streamers out there. I think the nether blocks and the potions are on the same floor, if I remember. Which is this one. What was a silver a llama farm in here. The amount of llamas I keep getting. Soul sand. I need one bit. Don't really need to put that down, so I've got mycelium. I think kelp grows on mycelium. If not, I've got dirt there that I can put kelp on. I thought I put a water source in here, but I didn't. Okay, that's weird for me. Wood weaving is this one, I believe. Yep. That's all I needed from base. 8 minutes should be more than enough to block the hole up and to fix the other one. I was trying to think of water sources. It's probably going to be easier to go to a bit near the industrial district. I think the next nurse is by the thingy farm. Where it is the by the Five Farm train station. The next nest. I'm going to make an ice path out there as well at some point. Need to dig up all this above. Yeah, I've got quite big projects to do, but finding the time to do the projects as well, which is going to be the mission. I'll kill you before I go through, aren't I? Because otherwise you're going to follow me through. Oh, you're going to be through the other side now. Go away, you lot. And another one. Let's get some water. Llamas, can I use water? Yeah. So do I? Yeah, because I'm going to block it up first, and then I'll do the other bit. I'm going to shove you in there so I don't lose you. And I'll just put you in there. Grab you. Grab a few stacks of 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouldn't need any more. Put you there. I'm gonna have to do another. I needed never brick, didn't I? It's fine. I can grab a never brick in it when I go back down. Put a kelp. Yeah, this might take the 8 minutes that the potion lasts. Just a slow and painful process because it's through water. Why does it count down and then go back up again? I don't know if that's actually coming out in the YouTube video or not. It is. Glad it's not just me, it is coming out actually, looking at that. I'm holding right click down. It doesn't do it when I'm using the controller though. Just when I'm using keyboard and mouse. There's got to be something to do with the clicker speed of the mouse when you hold it down compared to a controller. So nearly there. I'll place it down and then break it because I've got to put thingy there anyway. Right, and then that there. Whoa, that was nearly dangerous. Alright, time to find out if I need if I actually need oh, it is on to the second chest fully now. It's time to find out if I actually need if I need to use that, or whether it'll grow on mycelium. I've got a feeling it doesn't grow on mycelium. Don't know why. I'll have a look. Does it grow on mycelium? I've got to wait for the water to get down here now. Finally. Yes, it does. And the same again, as it was with the bricks. All the way to 320, and then what I'll do is go down the bottom, break it, put in the what do I put in and then put in the soul sand, and then just test to make sure it's full columns all the way up. Oh yeah, I also need to unblock the bottom of the column next to me and replace the water bucket. And put in another brick at the top. Right, wrong one, it's that one. Hey, you can't eat, can you, when you're at the top of the world? Don't know why you can't. It's such a stupid thing to do. Prevent you from eating once you're at the top. There's no logical thought for it. You're not placing a block, you're just eating. And I need to fix that one in a minute, which should be quite simple. It should be such a thing as going that. And it's done. And then I just need to grab some water from over here. So I've actually got my water bucket on me. In case of emergency. It should be the case of breaking that. Placing that. Give it a go. As it does take a bit of an age to get up there. I've got a tinier distance it takes to fall from top to bottom at some point. Done. I've got almost all 4 stacks. Does push up to the top, that's good. I've got to stop doing that, turning towards the cocoa farm, because that is dangerous. But yeah, that's it's done now, and it's now in a position where all I've got to do is tidy up and record the episode now, because that is a massive tower. Massive tower I've done now. Does it look like from over this direction? So if I get on top of this building, it's never walk from, because then it's behind that. Oh, it's still not quite rendered in. Ah. Is it rendering from the top of here? I wonder. You can just about see it from the top of my group farm. That's insane. No, it's still not even the full height. Oh, that's full height. I need to be about here to appreciate how big it is. Blimey. No wonder it's taking how many hours? It's like 3 live streams I spent doing it. Just the walls, isn't it? And then so that just over 3 live streams, because I'd actually done a fair few between. So yeah, no wonder it's taken, what's it, 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 3.5 hours today. So it's 7.5 hours plus an extra hour the other day. So 8.5 hours worth of just building the walls of this thing. No wonder when you think about the size of the scale of it. Anyway, so I'm going to finish the live stream here, guys. It has been a blast and has knackered me out thoroughly. But I will be back I'll be back next week, but over on Skype, over on Twitch. That will be for the Deep Dark episodes that I'm going to be recording, and then the following week I will be back on here Monday and Wednesday, live streaming from the Let's Play world. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to check out my Twitter at PunkyMoAndy for further updates. Thanks for watching. Bye.